In this video, we'll be looking at the ESOL Level 2 writing paper, specifically Section 4, which is about supporting information. For anybody who's been watching my previous videos, you'll see in my last video, which was about application form, I taught you how to write Section 3, which is about your previous experience. This is going to be Section 4 of the writing paper, but hopefully students will find this video useful, and also people who in real life want to apply for a job will still be able to find this video useful, hopefully. This section is about supporting information. Please give any additional relevant details regarding your suitability for this post, including your reasons for applying. So previously in the application form up until now, we've already given our details, our name, surname, email address, etc. We've already listed our qualifications, that means diplomas, certificates, any kind of degrees or anything that we have. Also, we've mentioned our previous experience. Now we need to add additional details about this job to show how we are suitable for this role. So that's what we mean by supporting information. So what is supporting information? This is where you can demonstrate why you are the right person for the job. Basically, you're stating why they should hire you. So when you give your personal details, your qualifications, and your past experience, many other people will have the same as you. So why are you different? This supporting information is how you can show that you're different to everybody else in real life. Okay. So what should you include in your supporting information? Now, for the purposes of the exam, because I'm making this video for students and also for real applicants, for the exam, for the Level 2 ESOL exam, the examiner wants to see at least 5 appropriate sentences relevant to the question. At least 5 good appropriate sentences need to be written, but in real life, people who are applying for a real job, you would need obviously to write more than 5 sentences. Okay. Now, what should you include in supporting information? Supporting information, additional information, it's the same thing. What should you include? You need to show enthusiasm, excitement, energy. Show that you're confident in your abilities and see this as a positive opportunity. The fact that you're applying for this job is a positive opportunity. You're excited, you're confident, you have energy. We need to show this in the supporting information. Show awareness of the job. You need to show that you know what the nature of the job is. What is the job? What do you need to do in this job? What will your responsibilities be? You need to show that you are aware of that. You know that. And the skills and experience that you have, they suit this role. You need to show that you can match your skills and responsibilities with this specific job. In the previous section, you've talked about your experiences. Before that, you've talked about your qualifications. But how does that suit this job? This is where you can match them all together. You need to show some knowledge about the organization. You need to show that you've done some research about the school, business, or organization that you're applying to. Now, again, this is for ESOL students who are hoping to sit the writing exam. In an exam situation, you will not have the opportunity to sit and do any research about the question or the place you're applying to. In an exam setting, you would make up, you would just create as if you've done research. But in real life, you do actually need to go and do some research about the place, the company you're applying to. And finally, your contribution. Show how you'll be an asset. That means how will you be valuable? How will you be important to the organization? Tell them what you can do for them. So why should they hire you? How can you help them? What can you do for them? So these are the 4 key points that I'm going to include in my answer. Before I give you my answer, we need to know which company or who it is we're applying to, and what job we're applying for. We can't just blindfoldedly start typing. We need to know what the job is and who we're applying to. So the exam paper says you want to apply to be a voluntary teaching assistant in Entry 1 ESOL classes. You want to be a volunteer, you want to be a teaching assistant to teach English in Entry 1 classes as a volunteer. And this is where you're applying to. Bay College is the name of the employer, the company. So as I did in my previous lesson, here I have given you the sample format or formula of how you can write your response, and then you can see I have some text which is in black, and this stays the same no matter what job you're applying for. This black text stays the same. I've included some good vocabulary because this is for level 2 at the end of the day, and also for people who are watching this video and they want to use it in a real application form. This is excellent for you to show on paper your level of English. The employer has not met you yet. You have not had the opportunity to show how capable you are. Your first opportunity and chance is to show through your level of English, and using these good vocabulary words and phrases, you can at least impress them with your level of English. So the black writing stays the same. The red is the vocabulary that I would recommend you use. Now, the sections in brackets, these are the sections that you need to change depending on which job you're applying to. Okay? And these are the sections that you will see here in my answer I have written in bold. So if I'm applying for a teaching assistant, this is the text I would use. If I'm applying to be a chef in a restaurant, again, I would use the same sections here, but then I would change all my bold answers to be relevant to the job as a chef in a restaurant. So hopefully that's clear. I'm going to go through the sample format formula, and then I'm going to give you my response. So remember at the very beginning when I said what do we need to include in the supporting information? We said we need to show enthusiasm. The employer needs to be impressed with how excited we are. We have energy, and we use specific vocabulary to show enthusiasm, and it can be something like this. I am delighted to apply for the highly sought after position of the name of the job. I'm very excited. I'm delighted. That's my energy. That's my enthusiasm. To apply for the highly sought after. Sought is past tense of seek. To seek, it means to look for and try and find. When something is sought after, it means lots of people want it. So what I'm saying to this employer is, I know you are such a good employer that many people want to apply to work for you. That's my energy that I'm using in my response. I'm delighted to apply for the highly sought after position of the name of the job I'm applying for. Having a keen interest in, that means I am very interested in. I'm very interested in what? This is where I would use a gerund or subject matter. Okay? Whatever it is, the job I'm applying for. Together with my however long experience. When I say together with, that means I've talked about the fact that I'm interested in this and my years of experience. That's what we mean by together with. Two things. So I'm very interested in the subject or the job and my years of experience, these two together. I am confident that I have the makings, that has to be plural, I have the makings of a great, again, name of the job. So I'm delighted to apply for this. I'm very interested in this, and I have a lot of experience. Therefore, I know I can be a great title of the job. That's what we're trying to say. I have the makings. That means I can be. I can be. I have the makings of a great title of the job. I am aware that I would need to demonstrate the ability to, and then here you need to list 2 or 3 skills relevant to the job. I am aware that I would need to demonstrate the ability to, and then a few skills, in order to effectively execute my duties. To execute my duties, it means to carry out, to do my duties, my responsibilities. So if we go back to the things that we need to include, I've already shown my enthusiasm. I'm very delighted. I'm excited. Now I need to show what the job is about. And I need to show how my skills and experiences suit this role. So here I am saying, I know what this job is about. I am aware that I would need to demonstrate the ability to, these are my skills, so I know what I need to do in this job. You're telling the employer, I've done some research about the job itself, I know what I need to do in order to do my job properly, to execute my duties. Having done a fair bit of research, having done is passive voice, and it means I have done. When you start a sentence with a gerund, you make it passive. Having done, it means I have done. I have done quite a bit of research on the name of the company. I am very impressed with the things that the company is proud of. So this is how you show that I've done some research about your company, I know what your company is about, and I am very impressed with the things that they're proud of. And even more excited to join the team. So I've done some research, I know what you are about, I'm very impressed with your company, and I can't wait to be part of your team. As an experienced and passionate person, I am confident that I will be a valuable asset to your company in gerund. So I know I can be excellent. This is my contribution. I know I can be excellent. I can be valuable to you in your company. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I have copied the formula, but I've included my own answer. Hopefully you will find this useful. I am delighted to apply for the highly sought after position of teaching assistant for Entry 1 ESOL classes. Having a keen interest in teaching English, together with my 3 years experience, I am confident that I have the makings of a great teaching assistant. I am aware that I would need to demonstrate the ability to be creative and patient, have good time management skills, and manage small groups of students, these are my skills, in order to effectively execute my duties. Having done a fair bit of research on Bay College, which is my employer, I am very impressed with the high retention and success rates of students. You have a lot of students and you've kept your students. Your students have not left. High retention. And even more excited to join the team. As an experienced and passionate person, I am confident that I will be a valuable asset to Bay College in, and this is my gerund, in assisting the teachers. So I've shown I'm enthusiastic, I've shown my experiences, and I've shown how I would be great at this place. I hope you find this video useful. Thank you.